The day has finally come. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a Real Madrid player. The same way he's wearing a suit. Today, I'm wearing a suit as well. We are here prepared to hear and listen to what Trent Alexander-Arnold has to say to the first time as a Real Madrid. Let's go. Let's see this.
Yeah, it's a dream to be here.
The dream is mine as well, brother. The dream is mine as well, broski. This is my dream as well, bro. This is my dream.
But, there's still a lot of hard work to do. And I'm excited to get started straight away. It's an exciting time for me.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Bienvenido a
Good day, Trent. Let me translate to you, man, if you
Madrid. Melchor Ruiz de la cadena COPE.
We heard that, of
toda
course,
tu carrera
you've
profesional en el
been watching all phase.
llama el Real Madrid,
That's why you
no
left
te lo
Liverpool to Real
piensas.
Madrid. What's your
¿Por
honest
qué
thoughts about
ahora?
Liverpool?
Y
Because
dices que llevas mucho tiempo esperando. De
Let's be
niño
real.
eras ya también del Real Madrid.
we heard you speak Spanish earlier. It was pretty good.
No, I think obviously to clear that up by waiting a long time. I mean, a couple of weeks, not years. But no, like I said, I'm very excited to be here. Whether you support the club or not, you have to respect the trophies that it wins. You have to respect the history of it. So no matter what, that was always there for me. I've always admired players, clubs, teams that win trophies.
Facts.
Grew up watching this club win three Champions Leagues in a row, and two before that as well. So, I'm no stranger to seeing Real Madrid win trophies. And yeah, a big reason why I joined is to be a part of that amazing history that the club's got, be a part of the success going forward, joining an exciting young team with a lot of potential that has the mindset to go and win trophies. So I'm very excited to get started, and we go straight to America for the Club World Cup, and our ambition there is to go and win that trophy as well. So I'm looking to have a great start.
I think the question was about, because I've seen some Liverpool fans get upset the fact that Trent always said that he wanted to join Real Madrid, even for a long time. And this, by the way, what he's saying right now, it's not strange to what he's already been saying before. Like, he's always said, even as a Liverpool player, I want to win trophies. That's the most important thing for me. That's the currency of the sport, is to win trophies. He's been saying it for a long time. So him saying that I'm joining Real Madrid to win trophies is nothing new. And he's speaking facts, bro. He watched us literally winning 3P, which no other team has done. He watched us beat his club for 2 trophies, bro. 2018, 2022. So him joining Real Madrid, bro, come on, bro. Like, he wants to be the best. And in order for you to be the best, join Real Madrid.
Buenos días, Trent, aquí. Adrián Fuente para Televisión Española.
I'm watching
en
from,
el vídeo de tu
this is from
despedida
Spanish
de
TV.
Liverpool se te veía de
What
pequeño
do you think of
celebrando
Liverpool?
la
And of
Champions
course,
de
you've been watching El
2005,
Face.
en la que Xabi Alonso estaba
Usually
en el equipo. No
always
sé si has
twerking
podido
for you. But of course, Xabi
hablar
Alonso,
con tu nuevo
have you
entrenador.
been speaking to Xabi Alonso?
¿Qué
What's your
esperas tú
thoughts
de él
of
y
Xabi
también de tu
Alonso?
primer año
Of course,
en
he
el club,
played
también
for
a
Liverpool
nivel
before,
europeo?
and now he's the
Gracias.
Real Madrid manager. Have you spoken to Xabi Alonso at all?
Yeah, like you said, I grew up,
Fam, I know Spanish!
a Liverpool fan, being able to see Istanbul with the manager now doing amazing things there, and part of an incredible final. And yeah, I've spoke to him. We've spoke a little bit.
Oh my God! So I was correct as well.
It's good to have that communication. It's also good to speak to him. I told him that he was a big idol of mine growing up. So to be able to work with him now is a dream come true for me. Someone who, probably impacted my game a lot growing up, seeing him pass a ball. I explained this to him.
That is so true.
As well, watching him pass a ball, seeing it influence me to be able to go and train harder at that and have, a great kind of hunger to be able to do that and to set standards. So I was able to speak to him about that. Of course, we haven't formally met yet, haven't been able to have a proper chat. I'm sure over the next few days, weeks, we'll be able to speak properly and be able to talk about how it looks, what he expects from me. it's not just me who's new here. He's a new manager. He's got to get his ideas across to the whole team. So it might take some time, but he's shown how amazing he is, managerial-wise and as a player. So his knowledge of football is there in abundance, and I'm excited. I'll be a sponge around him, trying to soak up all the information that I can and learn from him.
Oh my god, bro, the answers that he's given is so perfect. The answers he's given is making me emotional, man. This is making me emotional, bro. This is everything which are people. Hold on. Are you even hearing this, bro? This is emotional, bro.
Hi, Trent. Hello. Here. I will try in English. I'm Anton Meana from Cadena Ser Radio. I want to know what is your opinion about Dani Carvajal.
Ooh.
Carvajal.
Just my opinion. I think fantastic player. First and foremost, fantastic player. Won so many trophies. Been a part of very, very successful teams. Nothing but respect for what he's achieved so far in terms of club and country. Achieving so much. You don't do that without a lot of talent, a lot of hard work. So yeah, a lot of respect for what he's achieved.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Iván Martín de OK Diario. Se ha hablado de Bellingham en el acto de presentación. Sabemos que es muy amigo tuyo. Te quería preguntar si has hablado con él y qué te ha explicado de lo que es el Real Madrid.
And have you watched Bellingham?
Yeah, we spoke. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I guess people think it was.
And people told me I can't speak Spanish.
Yeah, we spoke. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I guess people think it was. But yeah, we spoke. We spoke a lot about Liverpool. We spoke a lot about Madrid. That's the kind of conversations you have as players, as friends. You want to know what it's like, of course. At national team, he's the only player that knew what it was like to be at Real Madrid. So everyone was asking questions.
That's crazy. Imagine, so over the past 12 months, not 12 months to be fair, 2 years, Jude must have had so much flex. So imagine, because every English player must have gone up to him and say, yo, what is it to play for Real Madrid? Tell me more. So imagine just Jude to sit in the middle and everyone just listen to him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think he played a huge part in me coming here. But to be honest, the club speaks for itself. It was a huge opportunity for me. I felt like it was the right time for me as well. So it was a chance for me to go and do that.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Aquí soy Marcos de la Rocha del Chiringuito. Anoche ya te dimos la bienvenida. Tu primera publicación en Instagram es con el Liverpool entrenando en el Bernabéu.
We've noticed that you've taken,
Por aquel entonces
in IG,
ya te imaginabas que puedes estar en el Bernabéu, pero defendiendo los colores del Real Madrid. ¿Lo soñabas? ¿Te imaginabas vistiendo el blanco en el Bernabéu?
Are you excited to play in the Bernabéu?
No, I think if I'm honest, it's something that no, it's not something that you dream of, because it's almost out of reach and out of reality for a lot of players. There's only a select handful of English players to have played for the club and to represent it. So to be a part of that is something that's very exciting for me. But at that time, when I was younger, about 10, 11 years ago now, I wasn't exactly thinking about being here today. I was just focused on being learning and being as good a footballer as I could be. So to be here today is a dream for me. It's something that's very, very special. I don't take it for granted. And I'm very happy.
We all happy.
Hi, Trent. Vinny from Sky Sports. And well done on the Spanish, by the way. How long have you been learning?
A few months.
We saw your emotions on the final day of the season with Liverpool. How do you contrast them with the emotions that you're going through today? And also, as you've spoken about wanting to win the Ballon d'Or in the past, how much was that a motivating factor in your decision to come here? And is that the ultimate ambition for you, or is it all about La Liga and winning Champions League as well?
Look, I think no, I don't think it influenced my decision to come here at all, to be honest. I think you joining a club like this with the teammates that I've now joined, it's going to be quite quite hard to win a Ballon d'Or with the amount of superstars we've got in this team. But no, it's exciting. It is the kind of players I want to play with. I've admired them. I've played against them. I know how good they are. So to be a part of the team and to be playing with them rather than against them will be good. And also, yeah, touching on the contrast of emotions, of course, two different ends of the scale. You know, being at Liverpool for so long, being there, experiencing everything I did and what I had. Was incredible. Knowing that it was coming to an end is obviously, you know, it was always going to be emotional for me. But you know, I felt like I went out in a way that I'm happy about. To be honest, the send off that I got, the way the club treated me, the way the fans were as well was outstanding.
I don't know about the fans, bro. The fans hate you. Liverpool fans, I don't understand it, by the way. Can we have an honest conversation quickly, yeah? How and why and when and what's the other words, fam? How, when, why, where? Why do Liverpool fans hate him? He has achieved everything at the club. He's won you everything at the club. And he's joining a club which isn't part of the Premier League. It's very different to, let's say, for argument's sake, Van Persie. Robin Van Persie left United to Arsenal when Arsenal wasn't winning nothing and they were trying to win something. And he joined the arch rivals, arch nemesis, and won them the Premier League trophy. That, okay, I understand it. You hate Van Persie. Arsenal fans hate Van Persie. Trent has won everything there is to win in Liverpool. Every trophy that you can imagine, he's won it. And he's now leaving Liverpool, not to join the Premier Club. He's not going to City to win more trophies, or he's not joining United to add that 20 mark. He's not joining Arsenal or Liverpool. He's joining Real Madrid, bro. The biggest club ever. So why are you upset? Wallah, bro. Why are you upset?
I couldn't say a bad word. Also being, you know, speaking to the players, obviously the players, the manager, the owners, they were all incredible as well. Showed a lot of support. It was a huge help. We had an amazing conversation in the last couple of days with the owners. They were very warm and welcoming. Thanked me for everything I gave in service to the club. Wished me well on my future journey and what I wanted to do, and said I'll always be welcome back at the club at any point.
Amazing.
So, you know, to feel that kind of
shout out Liverpool.
To have those words spoken from the club is amazing. Like I said, sent off in the perfect way, and then now to be here to facing a new challenge, facing something new, a new journey for me is equally as exciting. Very, very excited, over the moon to be here, absolutely over the moon. Something that, you know, not many players get to experience. So I'm very lucky and I'm very proud to be here.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Bienvenido. Nacho de Andrés para Jugones de la Sexta.
Hello,
en apenas
Trent,
una semana el Madrid debuta en el Mundial de Clubes. ¿Estás para ser titular y dónde te gustaría jugar? ¿Más en la defensa, un poco más adelantado?
How are you as a player? Are you offensive? Are you defensive? And how do you see and embrace your role at Real Madrid?
I think for me, I just want to play. That's the main thing. To be able to play for Real Madrid is a fantastic honour and an achievement in itself. So, you know, wherever, but you know, that comes down to the manager. First of all, I've got to train well.
Nah, I can't lie. My Spanish is crazy, fam. Bro, I tell you, like my listening is better than my speaking. Like if you chat to me in Spanish, I can pretty much know what you say, but I don't know how to say it back to you. Bro, I've translated everything perfectly.
What I can do,
except for
I've got to,
couple
perform.
Initially, part which was all banter.
Given the chance to,
sorry.
You know, show what I can do. I've got to, you know, perform, and if given the chance to start next week, then I'll go out there and try and do that. But first and foremost, I'm here. I'm enjoying today. Amazing day for me, my family, friends, everyone who supported me on this journey. It's been amazing. And then the work starts tomorrow for me, and I'm excited to get that started.
Me too.
Hi Trent, Sid Lowe from the Guardian. You said before that obviously when you're young, you don't even imagine this because it's kind of beyond your comprehension. It's not something you start to think about. As a player, at what point do you start thinking that maybe the very, very, very biggest clubs in the world could be interested. And what's that process like of making a decision? You mentioned that Jude didn't influence you, but presumably you're speaking to parents, to former players, to players you're with at the moment. What things are you balancing?
By the way, Sid Lowe, OG La Liga journalist. Like, this guy, I've been listening to him, watching his content, following him for the past 10, 15 years. OG. If you know, you know.
Up to try and decide in the end where to go.
Good question.
I mean, to be honest, you said at the end where to go. It was never a question of where. It was whether to go or not to go. But
woo!
Where? It was whether to go or not to go.
Man said, I always wanted Real Madrid. Always. No one else but Real Madrid.
But I always knew, for me, I think I've probably known it for a long time, is that if I was to ever leave Liverpool, it would only be to go to Real Madrid.
No! Trent, no! You're making me love you even more. Trent, say that again.
I think I've probably known it for a long time, is that if I was to ever leave Liverpool, it would only be to go to Real Madrid. That would be the only club for me. And then, it gets to a point where you've got to make a decision whether to go or to stay. And at making that decision, it wasn't an easy decision. I'm not going to say it was easy, because I've been there so long, been a part of it. But eventually, you have to make a decision. And in my mind, I've made the right one, and it's one that I'm very excited about.
Trent, don't ever let anyone convince you, anyone gaslight you into thinking that you made the wrong decision, you made the bad decision by joining Real Madrid. Don't let anyone ever convince you that, bro. You made the perfect decision to join the biggest club ever.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Trent, Juanma Sánchez de Radio Nacional. Vienes de otro club histórico como
Raúl from the radio station.
El Liverpool. No sé qué diferencia. Vienes de otro club histórico como el Liverpool. No sé qué diferencias has notado en este poco tiempo que llevas en el nuevo club del Real Madrid respecto al Liverpool, si es más especial de lo que esperabas. Porque ayer decía Hausen que sobre todo le había sorprendido ver la sala de trofeos con 15 Champions juntas. Gracias.
How do you compare Liverpool to Real Madrid in terms of stat out, in terms of what they've won? Of course, they're two of the biggest, massive clubs in the world in terms of what they've won, the Champions League, the La Liga trophies. Do you see any sort of difference between them?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I've been fortunate enough to have played for the biggest team in England, and now the biggest team in Spain. So both teams have massive histories, won a lot of trophies, and dominated their leagues at times. So to have that.
Well, he's right though. Bass said they've dominated the league at times. I mean, he knows Real Madrid. We don't dominate La Ligas. We dominate Champions League. Like, Europe is ours. La Liga, not really. You know what I mean? The last time we did it back to back. The last time we repeated La Liga was 2008, bro. It's gonna change with him in charge.
That honour of being able to represent both of them. There's a lot of similarities. You're expected to win. You're expected to be able to win trophies and to perform week in, week out. So that doesn't change. I think obviously the weather's a big change. But to be honest, football is football. Like I said, being at Liverpool, I was expected to win trophies and did that. Here will be no different. We are, as a team, expected to win trophies. That's a demand. The fans are used to it. So we have to deliver. So the hard work starts tomorrow to go and deliver that.
Facts.
Buenas tardes, Trent, Sergio López hablando de cambios.
Sergio López from the Let's Sports.
uno de los principales cambios que se ha visto en tu llegada es el de la camiseta. Has dejado de ser Alexander-Arnold, ya te vemos como Trent. Me gustaría saber por qué este cambio y si quieres que se te conozca ya como Trent directamente.
We noticed that you have decided to wear number 12 with Real Madrid. Why did you, rather than having Trent Alexander-Arnold or Alexander-Arnold as you were with Liverpool, you've decided to only have Trent at the back and not Alexander-Arnold? What was the reason behind it?
Yeah, quite an easy explanation for that, to be honest. I've always found when I travel to Europe, the whole name situation confuses a lot of people, as there being three names and a double-barreled and Alexander-Arnold. People call me Arnold, people call me Alexander, people call me Alex, people call me Trent. There's a lot that goes on, so I just thought, let's make it simple, let's make it easy. Trent on the back, be known as Trent. That's my name, so that's what I guess people will call me.
Perfect, amazing.
Hello, Trent. Luis from El Mundo. I want to ask you about the strikers of Real Madrid. You've playing against them, against Mbappe and Vinicius. How's it going to be for you, like playing with them? The assist that you can give them, and how's it going to be like training with them too? Thanks.
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier, I'm much happier now playing with them than against them. Top players, world-class players. These are the types of players that you want to play against and play with. Training with them every day will make me
I think he meant play with, but he said play against.
A better player, so I'm excited to do that. And then also to be able to play with them on weekends and playing big games with them is very exciting for me. I'm sure we'll strike up a good connection, as I'll try to do.
Mbappe is currently the happiest man in the whole world because he knows the passes that Trent is about to give him, no player at Real Madrid could have done it except for Toni Kroos. He left when Toni Kroos left. Mbappe joined when Toni Kroos left, and that was the biggest L. Imagine Toni Kroos with all the runs that Mbappe made. By the way, Mbappe has made some very good runs this season, but no one is able to find him. With Trent, who is one of the best passers of the last decade, Mbappe's the happiest man ever.
With the whole team and get that chemistry going as soon as I can. But no, hopefully I'm able to replicate what I was able to do at Liverpool here and give many assists.
Hola Trent, aquí Juan Ignacio García Ochoa del diario Marca. Has hablado del
Ignacio from Marca.
El cariño con el que te han despedido los Ignacio García Ochoa del diario Marca. Has hablado del cariño con el que te han despedido los dueños del Liverpool. Yo quería preguntarte por tu nuevo presidente, Florentino Pérez, ¿qué has sentido al ver a un presidente que ha ganado tantas Copas de Europa y que maneja el club como el Real Madrid? ¿Y qué consejo, qué es lo primero que te ha dicho?
Of course, at Liverpool, was there any sort of correspondence with Perez? Did you speak to Perez? Of course, as this is a free signing and Real Madrid didn't sign you, what was the process all about and when did you speak to him?
Now, like you said, the president, to have won so many European Cups, to have been so successful and to see how much the club has grown under his guidance has been amazing. So yeah, I think first and foremost a massive thank you to him for giving me this opportunity to join, this fantastic football club. I'm very proud and honoured to be here. And yeah, with his support and belief, I feel like we can go and win many trophies together. Think yeah, he was happy with the Spanish that I was able to speak, which I think surprised a lot of people. But I think for me it was important to be able to do that, and it shows the intent that I've got is to come here and have a good start, to get off on the right foot and achieve things straight away, starting with the Club World Cup.
Facts. Every word is perfect.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Miguel Ángel Toribe en directo para Radio Marca. Has hablado de esa final de Estambul, tenías 6 años cuando el Liverpool le gana al Milan. Quería preguntarte cuál fue tu primer recuerdo del Real Madrid, cuándo eres consciente de la importancia que tiene el Real Madrid en el fútbol.
You were 5 years old when Liverpool won in Istanbul against Milan. At what year and when did you think that playing for Real Madrid was your dream?
I'll say for a long time, to be honest. I think I remember David Beckham playing there. I remember that being a massive thing. I also then remember, Cristiano joining, and then seeing the way he was welcomed at the club. That was different to anything I'd ever seen before. So, I was still young then, but seeing, probably the best player in the world at the time join the club like he did, and be as successful as he did, and then the amount of trophies that came after that, and the players that joined, and the success that they had. From then on, it was a statement in my mind of Real Madrid is a very successful football club. They demand success, and they do it consistently. So that's the memory I had of Real Madrid growing up.
Hola, Trent. Pete Jensen, The Times. Do you think there's a chance that you'll be better appreciated in a Spanish football culture than maybe you were in England? Lots of criticism about defending. This is the club of Marcelo. This is the
yes
club of Roberto Carlos. Do you think that's something that's maybe going to help you in these next 6 years? The way that defenders are seen as players who also produce things in an offensive sense, perhaps a little bit more.
Not something I've really thought about, if I'm honest. I think, look, I do as I'm told under the managers that I've played under. The two Liverpool managers that I've had asked of different things of me, and I try my best to produce that. I think
he's referring to the fact that why do people label you as a bad defender? What he's basically saying is my role was very different. I'm not a fullback. My position is very different. This is why I always say Trent is one of the most generational fullbacks, because he's not a fullback. He is a complete different position. I feel like sometimes he's a fullback / midfielder. He's a hybrid. And that's only been few players in the history of the game that have done it to that level. Marcelo, Dani Alves, Carlos, Philipp Lahm. Trent is amongst that bracket. He's a hybrid. He's not just a right back. He's a hybrid of being a right back, being a midfielder, being a right wing. 3 positions into one. It's hard to do it.
You said, will I be appreciated more in this football environment?
I think you will, 100%.
Look, I don't know.
No. It's PR.
Whether I am or not appreciated by fans or people of that country.
Trent, you will. Trust me, you will.
It doesn't really bother me that much, because all that matters to me is that I help my teammates, I help the team win games, win trophies,
Good answer.
And be the best version of me that I can be on a daily basis. So that's all I can do. If people don't like the way I play or don't appreciate the way I play, then it is what it is. As long as the manager appreciates what I do and plays me, then I'm happy with whatever.
Thanks.
Buenas tardes, Trent. Pablo Pizarro, de ABC. En el Liverpool eras clave en las jugadas a balón parado. ¿Te gustaría asumir también este protagonismo en el Real Madrid?
How does it compare the players to Liverpool to the players here? I'm guessing. He spoke quick, fam. That was some aggressive Spanish, fam.
Yeah, of course. I think I want to be important every moment on a football pitch. I think that's the mentality that you've got to have as a football player. I think you've got to think that you're always part of the game. You can't switch off. You've got to influence it in whatever way you can, with the ball, without the ball. Set pieces. You've got to be ready to have your team win in whatever that looks like. If that means playing more defensive, then that's what it takes. And if it means doing things with the ball and playing passes and creating things for the team, then that's what it takes. But whatever the game needs, I think everyone needs to be willing to commit to it and play the way that the game needs to be played in order to win.
Últimas 2 preguntas, last 2 questions.
Hi Trent, it's Shisha from Zoom Media. You talked about...
What? What kind of media?
Hi Trent, it's Shisha from Zoom Media. You talked about it was a difficult decision, obviously, to leave Liverpool. Was it harder to leave the club for the football side of it? You've been there since you were 6, or was it harder because of the emotional connection you had, being a lad from Liverpool, living your dream, playing for your local club? Thank you.
I think both. I think they kind of tie into each other. The reason is because I've been there for so long. I always enjoyed playing football there. Loved every single minute of it. Achieved everything I wanted to. The club gave me the opportunity to go and achieve all my dreams. And I'll forever be in debt to the club for that. But yeah, I thought it was the right moment for me. Being there 20 years, achieving everything that I wanted to, being the age I am, I feel like I'm, mature, ready, experienced to go and be successful somewhere else.
Trust me.
And this opportunity came up, and it's one that you've got to seriously think about, and that's what I did, and came to the decision that it was the right thing to do.
Última pregunta, last question.
Last question.
Aquí Trent, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido, Lola Hernández, Fox Sports México. Además de Bellingham, ¿has podido hablar con algún otro jugador? ¿Alguno te ha dado ya la bienvenida? Gracias.
No idea. No idea what she said.
Yeah, I spoke to Dean a few weeks back. We seen each other on holidays. But other than that, no. It's kind of only just been announced. It's only just been.
Have you spoken to anyone at Real Madrid so far?
Formalised. So I think I'll meet the majority of players tomorrow in training, and be able to, to speak to them then. So I'm excited for that. I'm very excited to be here. It's something that I'm still pinching myself about, because it's a dream.
Facts. It's my dream as well.
And
to see you.
I'm proud to be here. I'm excited to get started and hopefully get off on the right foot by winning a trophy.
Facts. Guys, I think first of all what we have established is that he's a very good speaker. Listen, let me just change the camera around. He's a very good speaker. Like, he knows what he wants, and you can clearly see in summary he wants the Real Madrid. I don't think there is no other club that could have given him the happiness, the satisfaction as Real Madrid is giving him right now. He made it very clear that he's been looking at Real Madrid over the past couple of years, of course, watching my videos. But he wanted Real Madrid. And the only club that he was prepared to leave Liverpool for was Real Madrid. The fact that, first of all, he spoke Spanish when Perez introduced him, that was amazing. That was top quality, and showcased that he's here to learn and he's here to be a better player. And so far, this press conference was elite. It was perfect. I can't wait to see more of him. I can't wait to see what he's about to give this team in terms of chances, in terms of creation, in terms of going forward, in terms of defensively. Like Real Madrid, we are in a good place. Not just because of Xabi Alonso, Dean Huijsen, Trent, but there's so many signings to come. Listen, he said it, Alonso said it, Perez said it. The Club World Cup is the biggest priority, and that's the next target. As simple as that. Guys, put down in the comments what you guys made of the press conference. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you soon.